Hey guys, it's RamenFox12 here. Got on another deck profile for you guys. This is my Ghostrick deck. It's just a fun deck for now. Once I pick up the rest of the stuff from the new set Primal Origins, this deck right now is likely to change, but right now this is what I'm working with, and what it has been working with for quite a while. So we'll get right straight into it. We'll get straight into the monsters. So, for the monsters, I run 3 Ghostrick Mary. When you take, for people who don't know, Ghostricks, once per turn you can flip them face down, and you cannot normal summon or normal summon them unless you control another Ghostrick monster, but you can normal set them, so that's what you basically do every time that you do a Ghostrick play for monsters. For Mary, when you take damage, any kind of damage, you can discard your hand, and then you special summon 1 Ghostrick monster from your deck, face down. She basically sets up all your plays. This helps get straight into your Jiangshi a little bit faster. Ghostrick Doll helps cut back on Mary, but I'm still going to run 3, so she's an overall great card. 3 Ghostrick Spectre. This is your pseudo draw power of the deck. When a Ghostrick monster is destroyed by battle by card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon this card face down, and then you draw 1 card. You run 3, so you get your maximum draw power off of it. 3 Ghostrick Lantern. Previously I used to run 2. The reason now I run 3 is because this helps protection against all my other Ghostrick monsters, especially my Exceeds, Ghostrick Alucard, and Dolhan. So running 3 benefits its full effect, and it can, get negated for certain things because of its first one, like they can chain vanities because first it has to negate, then it has to special. But not so great against Bujins because they can turtle because it targets. But it's just an overall great card because you can negate and special summon, you get a free level 1. That rounds off the level 1s. For level 3s, I run 3 Jiangshi. She's your basic Stratos with your search engine and that 1800 defense. Make sure that she survives certain attacks, and you can search your deck for a level that is equal to or equal to the level that equal to the number of Ghostrick monsters that are on your side of the field. So usually when she's set, first turn she's flipped, you can only search for level 1. Then you start setting up your different plays. The more Ghostricks you have, the more level searches you're going to get. But mainly you just search out your level 1s basically. I run 2 Ghostrick Spectre. This is Ghostrick Stein. Ghostrick Stein searches out your Ghostrick spell or traps. Mainly you want to search for certain cards that would help protect Ghostrick Vanish, Ghostrick Scare, and then your main field card, which is Ghostrick Mansion. I run 1 Ghoul. Ghoul is basically your Sirocco of the deck. Basically, you target a Ghostrick monster, and its attack becomes original, or it becomes double its original attack, equal to the combined attack of all Ghostricks on the field, except itself. So, if you're trying to make a push and you're trying to, get over certain monsters, this card can get you to that certain reason, or can help protect your certain monsters. What I like to do is target Jiangshi. Jiangshi becomes whatever's on the field. I mean, you can get her up to like 2,000 more attack, and you can just leave her face up on the field. Some of the new cards you're going to kind of want to play Ghoul, just because I'm playing a pure Ghostrick deck, and I don't run Ghostrick Monarchs, Ghostrick Exodia, Ghostrick Burn. I don't like those variants. I like pure and simple decks, so I don't have to worry about other cards getting in the way. This is all just runs off itself, so it helps. The 1 Ghostrick Lich, it's basically your Book of Moon. It flips monsters your opponent controls face down, and it's the level 2. The other level 2, I run 1 Ghostrick Neko Masume. Neko is short for cat, and then Masume is like girl. So not many people run her. Most people think she's a really bad card. because of all the new Ghostrick support, she's a very good addition to the deck now, because you have a lot of Ghostrick Exceeds now that you can actually have face up on the field. If you have Alucard or you have Dolahan face up, you summon Neko. Whenever a level 4 or higher monster is summoned, basically except for flip summon, by your opponent, it's immediately set. Because you run no level 4s in the deck, you don't have to worry about this effect being a hassle to you. It only has a hassle and annoys your opponent. Usually you keep her face up on the field with a little bit of back row to try and help protect the Neko. That's why you have Vanish and everything. So this becomes really annoying. And because of the new card, Ghostrick Knight, when I get that card, with this plus Ghostrick Knight, they immediately set a monster, and then Ghostrick Knight, the monsters your opponent controls while you control a face-up Ghostrick monster cannot be flip summoned. So this helps put in work because of Ghostrick Knight. And then the one Lantern, or the one Jack Frost, sorry. I'm gonna plan to run 2 once I get the new stuff. One, I mean, it doesn't target, which is really good. Gets over Yamato's in certain crap. The only thing, it has to be declared a direct attack, and you have to have Mansion face on the field, or if you have no presence on your field, but you mainly always have a Ghostrick, so there's no real reason to run more than 1. But I am going to bump it up to 2 for the sole reason that I need to be a little more protective, just in case. So for the 1, it still works out. That rounds off monsters. For spells, we have 3 Ghostrick Mansion. This is your basic card of the deck. All damage except Ghostrick monsters are halved, and neither player can attack face down defense position monsters, and if all the monsters they control are in defense position, they can attack directly. So this helps halve all the damage you take from any other monster. That's why I don't run any other monsters in the deck that are non-Ghostricks. I want to be able to inflict most damage and then take the least amount of damage possible. You want to have this in Mary, so you take less damage, then you drop Mary. You get a free monster out. It's really good. I'm going to drop 1 and run the 2 Parades. Parade is when it has the same effect as any other Ghostrick field spell, but when your opponent declares a direct attack, you can add any Ghostrick card from your deck to your hand. So Ghostrick Parade, with 2 Parades and 2 Mansion, I can search out Mansion. But first, what I would do is I would have Parade out, then keep letting them attack me, generate a field presence with Mary, or add any other kind of Ghostrick card I need. Then at the last minute I'll add a Mansion, and once I'm done setting up, I'll activate the Mansion, getting rid of the Parade. So then I can go into my dirty work and annoy the hell out of my opponent. 3 in this build is good. And it's mostly standard what you want to play. 2 MST, it's going to be bumped up to 3 when I get the new stuff, again. 2 is fine, it works. 2 Swords of Concealing Light. Not many people run this anymore. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't. It's a card that helps Ghostricks very, very annoyingly. It trolls your opponent, flips all their monsters face down. Plus this and Ghostrick Knight. This card is amazing with it. It combos really well. And then you flip all their monsters down. Ghostrick Knight, they can't flip summon. So this became basically a Book of Moon on steroids. Then 2 Potter Duality. You don't really special that much. Only when you need to. So you're just adding, you're manipulating your opponent. This helps get into certain things, and this helps get into Jiangshi. Jiangshi is one of the most important cards in the deck, to be able to search out most of your Ghostricks that you practically need at the time. And then the 1 Book of Moon. It's all Ghostricks. It's Book of Moon, why not? And flips more monsters face down. I check in 1 Book of Life. I run 6 zombies, and then Alucard. I could special Alucard back if I want to. This helps get back, makes me go into rank 3 a lot easier if I want to. Gets back Jiangshi, then I have Jiangshi again, Setter, so I have her next turn. It's a free monster removal. 1 for the traps. I run 1 Ghostrick Go Round. This card's amazing. Like, being able to manipulate your opponent's battle phase by flipping a monster face up while you flip your monster face down, and then it doesn't miss timing if you even flip up Jiangxi or Dull. And it's really cool because their effects are when they're flipped, so they don't miss timing. This might be bumped up to 2. For now, it works at 1. It's overall a really good card. 2, Ghostrick Scare. This is basically your Book of Moon for Ghostricks. By flipping your monsters face up, you can flip the same number of monsters that you control, your opponent controls, face down. So you wait until they attack, and then you activate this, flip them face down. They can't flip someone for the rest of the turn. 2, Vanish. It's an important card of the deck because you want to protect most of your Ghostrick cards, especially your Mansion. This helps protect your cards. Basically, you reveal a Ghostrick card in your hand, or a monster, I think, and then is it a monster? Yeah, it's a monster in your hand. And then for the rest of the turn, Ghostrick cards in face-down defense position monsters you control cannot be targeted or be destroyed by card effects. So this helps protect your Mansion and Jiangxi, most importantly. 1 Mirror Force. It's 1 Mirror Force. There's so many rooms, there's so much clogginess, for the spells and traps. You really barely even run any kind of staples in the deck. I mean, the deck doesn't need it, but the 1 Mirror Force helps in certain situations if I need to get rid of my opponent's field. 2, Needle Sealing. It's basically Dark Hole. That I don't really need Dark Hole. This is my Dark Hole. Basically, all my Ghostricks are set. Their monsters are face up on the field. Boom. Their whole field's gone. I'm staying for the next turn. And then my certain tech of mine, not many people run this. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody play Ghostricks that play this. Reckless Greed, because in certain cases, if they MST Reckless Greed, I'll chain it. We'll be okay. I'll draw 2. Certain times, I'll draw a Mary, or I'll draw a Lantern. I'll draw a Spectre, something that generates hand presence and keeps it there. And because they special and manipulate the field and everything, you really don't need to draw. The downside of the draw doesn't really matter, because you have hand presence, and like you special Spectre, you get a free draw. You're deck searching with Alucard, you're doing all these other plays. So, I mean graveyard searching and everything, so you're still generating a hand presence even if you didn't get to draw for the next 2 turns. So, the 3 Reckless Greed is actually really pretty good. Sorry this is a long video, I'm just trying to explain most of my text and everything. 2 Alucard for extra deck. I used to have 3, like 2 ultis and 1 ultra. These are both first heads. The price of this thing is freaking like amazing. I don't know why. I mean, it's just gear gears. That's the main reason it's so high end, and it's a really good rank 3, right? So 2 Alucard. It makes Ghostricks good. You can't play less than 1, less than 2 or anything, or else you don't really have a good card to go into. I mean, it helps get rid of back row. 1 Leviathan, 1 Tempo. These are basic just rank 3s that you go into a lot because you have enough to go into them. Acid Golem, Zenmaines, Levier, 1 Mech Equipped Engineer, 1 Fortune Tune. Fortune Tune is amazing, by the way. Giga Brilliant. And for rank 1s, we have Slacker Magician, Lionheart. Lionheart I don't go into often, but it's a great card to go into nonetheless. And then the 3 Ghostrick Dolhan. Dolhan is basically Gale, and it's basically broken because you can have during the damage step. He gains 200 attack for each Ghostrick card on the field, counts himself, so he's a basic 1200 while he's face on the field. The least he can negate, least he can have is basically 2400, but it stacks because it counts your Mansion, it counts your Knight, it counts your go round. So, I mean, you can get him up to like 2000s and have like crazy. He'll run over pretty much anything. And him and Alucard both have the same effect. If they're sent to the graveyard, by any means. Like, even if he was detached or destroyed while he was in material, like he was on Silent Honor, he'll get his effect. Even if you pay him as a cost, you'll get his effect. I don't really know the rulings on these things, where they were mistiming, but I haven't really came across that kind of thing. Only if like it was chain link 2 or higher, then you would. It would make sense. Yeah, so this is my Ghostrick deck. Feel free to leave a like and a comment in the description below. Please subscribe for more deck profiles in the future. Like I said, this deck will be optimal to change because of the new stuff I'm getting. Maybe I'll do a deck profile of that. I don't know if I'll do it in real life. I may do it just over on DN, because that seems more simpler than this. But I haven't done one of these in a while, so wanted to surprise you guys with this little fun deck that I use a little bit. I can't wait to get the new stuff. So yeah, this is Ramen Fox 12, signing out.